Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and dear colleagues. I am Jobairul, Joint Secretary of Bangladesh Medical Physics Society. I am pleased to welcome you to the first webinar program of BMPS on the occasion of International Medical Physics Week. I wish all of my colleagues around the world a happy International Medical Physics Week. International Organization of Medical Physics is celebrating International Medical Physics Week from 11 to 15 May 2020 across the globe. International Medical Physics Week is a somewhat similar to International Day of Medical Physics. The purpose is to motivation organization of activities in defined week that result to promotion of the subject of medical physics globally. In the meantime, Bangladesh Medical Physics Society is organizing the webinar program of occasion of International Medical Physics. This program will be conducted from 13 May to 15 May through webinar because of the emergency situation of Bangladesh due to the pandemic coronavirus. Now let us have the pleasure of listening to the opening remarks of the Honorable President of BMPS. I would like to request Mr. Anwarul, President of BMPS, on the online for the opening and webinar welcome remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Jobairul, for introductory talk. Now I welcome all of you to the first time webinar organized globally by IOMP, International Medical Physics, and as a consequence, Bangladesh Medical Physics Society also started a new webinar program from 13 of this month. Normally, worldwide it will be organized from 11th of May to 15th of May, mid of May actually. So, in this pandemic period of in COVID-19, we also started our webinar program from 13 to today is 13. 13. I'll provide it one topics on physical and biological aspect of different planning approaches. And second day will be organized two webinar, normally one webinar, but in different two different lectures will be present, and the 15th May of the last webinar of our. So globally, it will organize all the national organization members are celebrating this webinar. This IMP, International Day of Medical Physics Week. I am waiting for some other participant. Maybe now is 24 participant. I think it's good, and we'll take some other few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll start our my final presentation. Okay. Jobairul?
Yes, sir.
Everything is okay?
Yes, everything is okay. Thank you, sir, for your valuable advice. Now entering in the first webinar meeting of today's on the occasion of International Medical Physics Week. Again, I would like to request our speaker, Mr. Anwarul, Oriental Medical Physics at Square Hospital and first IMPCB certified medical physics in Bangladesh, to deliver his valuable presentation.
Thank you. I am sharing my screen. Everybody seeing? My desktop is seeing?
Yes.
I see. So okay, let's get started. Mine is Mohammad Anas, already introduced. I'm President of Bangladesh Medical Physics Society, and same time I'm also coordinator medical physicist of Square Hospital and Radiotherapy Department, Dhaka, Bangladesh. And today's topic is physical and biological aspects, approaches of treatment planning evaluation. Normally, in we are working in clinic and we are doing using different planning software. In Mindsetter, we have using Eclipse planning system. Every planning system, the basic system of basic things are same. So from this planning, after doing some planning, we can how we can evaluate our plan. I will show some physical and biological parameter I will discuss today. So different evaluation parameter are available. Normally we can at a glance we can see visual inspection of isotope distribution either 2D or 3D and 2D or 3D and visual comparison of DVS. DVS actually most important plan evaluation tool. Basically all other physical and biological parameter we can evaluate using DVS. Moderator, mute all other microphones.
Yes.
Okay. So a quantitative parameter measure of plan quality from DBS. Normally for physical, we evaluate at a glance of seeing the plan from the dose of minimum, what is the dose of minimum, the maximum, D90, D100, V90 and V100, and also some physical other parameter like target coverage, conformity index. Normally conformity index mostly what use, what's the different literature and confirmation number, homogeneity index, and lesion antidose factor and healthy overdose factor. And other biological parameter like EUD, equivalent uniform dose, and based on equivalent uniform dose, we also can calculate tumor control probability and normal tissue completion probability. We can calculate, or we can calculate and evaluate our plan. So at a glance, seeing some visual inspection of isotope distribution. Isotope distribution today you can see in this picture the upper left hand side is a photon electron beam formation and the lower one is 5 field 3D and the right hand side upper is 5 field IMRT and lower one is 9 field IMRT. You can see if you can see that at a glance we can see the visual inspection the, there is a which was is good or which was bad. We can easily understand from at a glance seeing the those distribution in 2D or 3D. And another and visual comparison of DVS. I already said that DVS is the main tool from where we can evaluate or take all the data to evaluate either physical or biological parameters. I'm seeing here is the plan red one is plan 3D static normal PAP field and the black one is IMRT plan. In the median dose, are seeing that 63.7 K is median dose for both plan. But if we see evaluate it either minimum dose or maximum dose or other conformity or coverage, we can get all the other information from this DVS. So the physical parameter I already says the physical parameter are conformities and Dmax and other things, and biological parameter are for equivalent uniform dose and TCP and NTCPs. So all the as for example, I have taken some data is arbitrary, not necessary for this presentation. I have taken some data and for head and neck patient. So I am showing all the patients from here, head and neck patient. So head and neck patients normally we have we immobilize and with head and neck mask, thermoplastic masks, and scan with a dedicated CT simulator. We have taken 2 sets of images, one set of non-contrast, and second one is contrast images. And for each cases, we have taken 2.5 millimeter size thickness. Size thickness for all the simulation. So, and for planning a technique for those specification for 3D CRT, we take 66 gray and IMRT 70 gray. As we know, the target volume is divided in 2 parts: low risk region and high risk region. For low risk region in 3D CRT, it's 40 gray, and upper at 50 gray, and finally we boost the dose 66 gray. On the other hand, in IMRT, we give the low risk region either 50 or 56 gray, and PTB high risk region is 70 gray. These are actually those prescription for most of the head and neck cases. And 3DC planning, we can see two beam in left and right parallel force beam, and which are used to reduce hotspot, and non-coplanar in the middle image, you can say non-coplanar image to avoid the shoulder dose, and a fill-in-fill technique, beam weight are adjusted in order to minimize tumor dose in homogeneity. Mostly, this is 3D CRT and planning methodology also forward planning. So, everybody who are familiar with the parallel force field and sometimes non-compliant and fill-in-fill technique for 3D CRT cases is more or less same. And for IMRT cases, we use 9 beam, 9 or 7 beam, each beam are equispaced and non-opposed coplanar beam. And in sequential or simultaneous integrated boost, we have planned, and in inverse optimization we are using, and the right image was inverse optimization, optimization indoor. And all the other paper, we have taken some reference paper. It's mostly widely used is completed. First one is the conformity index review. All the confirmation number and other things we can take from there. I have taken from there. And another target. Actually, I have taken more papers. I just show you the main 3 papers here. Target was conformity in 3-dimensional conformity therapy, which all papers are available in the net. We can or all other paper I will provide, our moderator will provide after the webinar is done. All the papers and related material will be provided, all of you. And I already said, if you see this different target coverage, confirmatory index, confirmatory number, and all the parameters we are seeing at a glance is that this is basically a ratio of volume, different type of volume, a ratio of different type of volume. So let's introduce our volume. So VTPI, VTP, and equivalence 95, different type of volume ratio is here. So we have to first we have to introduce a different type of volume. Here you can see I have taken one picture from the second paper. You can see that this is the black area. This is we are saying this is controlling target volume. But VT, in my case, I have using VTP. That's VTP, and this dotted line. This is dotted line. This is here we call VPI, volume increased by the prescription isotopes. Actually, in my later slides, I will show this is actually V 95%, and this is this is the transition line. This area, this transition line area inside only PTP are VTPI, volume in target volume of the target receiving the prescription isotopes. Actually, 95 dose inside the PTP, not outside. Outside and inside all are PPI. All are PPI, and this is target. This is target. So in real case scenario, I have in real case scenario, you can see the this one, the first one is the target VTP. That's mean this is VT, target volume of PTP. This is the red line is volume of PTP, and V95 is a volume. You can see the magenta color. This is 95% coverage inside or outside. You can see this outside. This is actually VTPI, and this one VTPI, the 95 cover is only inside the PTP, not outside the PTP. This is VTPI, and V equivalent 90% or less than 90% dose inside the PTP. You can see this area. This is a PTP, but 95% is not cover this area, and also this area, and this area. So this we should have to take into account, because inside the PTP there is a cold spot area, and you can see for HTB volume, that is actually 95% goes outside the PTP, not inside. So for healthy tissue we can say we can close it. We can consider. Now, so all of the parameter I already you know that the target coverage is VTPI. That's mean the target inside the volume if this VTP, that means whole the target is covered by the 95%. That's mean this area, this volume, and also the target volume both are same. So if the both are same, that means the coverage should be 100%. So 100% is our perfect coverage. We are seeing that some part of the VTP is not covered by the 95% doses. So this volume should be less. So this volume will be less, and this will be less. So so in that case, 95% is our target coverage, and for benign lesion, you can see 90 to 95% is our benign case we can accept, and for metastasis case, we want to 100% coverage for metastasis different cases. This way, that means 100% is our target coverage. So the same way, the conformity index that is already said that VTB, that means target volume, and V95 is the volume 95% in either inside, outside, all, and V equivalent 95%. This is 90 only 95% dose, which is not inside the target volume. So both normally both 95% dose should be this one, and this one should be the same. So unity is our ideal confirmation. But if some part of the PTB is not covered by the 95%, so this should also taken into account. So this should be taken into account. This is the ratio for that. But if this area, this volume is more, that means the CI will be negative. So this CI will be negative. That means the PTB is not nicely covered. PD dose conformity point is nicely covered. Sorry. Hello. And CI value of each case was about for different cases already said. And for confirmation number, more or less same, VTP and VTP. Actually, this is the ratio, one being the optimal conformity. Lower the score, less the conformity plan. We are aiming to 0.6 consider as a confirmed therapy in confirmation number. And say the lesion underdose factor. So I already said that the some part inside the PTB is not nicely covered with 95% dose. So which amount is not covered? So lower the value. That means we are aiming to the very less inside the PTB, less than 95% dose. So lower value is our expected value. So lower the value, have the conformity of the curve. We can say using this this relationship. And healthy tissue overdose factor, you can say healthy tissue overdose factor. In our you can say this blue line is outside the PTB, which is get 95% dose. We also taken into account. So as less as volume will get in the outside the PTB, that's a normal tissue is or expected. So the ratio should be very less. So lower the below, higher the conformity. So we can by this way we can also consider our healthy tissue, how much cases radiation get the radiation. We can also calculate from this relationship, and we can assume that our factor. And for homogeneity index, we can see the below ratio of D2 2% and D98% and D median. So if here from this DVHS, we can see this is actually 66 and this is already 70, because we are 3D CRT plan was 6 and 3D IMPW plan was 70. Whatever. If the state line, that means D2 dose and D90 should be the same. So D2 and D2 if the same, upper is same, that means this is 0, and 0 is our 0 is perfect homogeneity. That state line we are expecting, but not always not possible. This is, you can see the some soldier, and you can see. So as close maximum, if you reduce the maximum dose is very less, so D2 and D90 will be very close, and our homogeneity index should be very close to 0. So here I have taken some example for target coverage of 5 IMRT cases and 5 3 CGRT cases. So confirmation number and others, so all the things and taken into account, and we can take the mean value of all the things, and we have done it using Excel file, and the mean value of other parameter for 3D CRT case. And from this table, you can see that the target coverage of IMRT is 96 and 95, more or less same. The conformity index should be close to 1. This is very close to 1. IMRT is not, 3D CRT is not like this, and the same and so on. Due to time limitation, I will not go further. We can say, I am saying, the motto of this slide is to say, we can evaluate this way, and we can make a paper or other things from how to calculate the data. The same way, homogeneity index also we can calculate from this, and we can say that mean homogeneity, that our expected goal is close to 0. This is close to 0, and this is close to 0. It is not it is within the tolerance level, but it's not close to 0. Here you can say the IMRT homogeneity index is in respect to IMRT is superior here. And comparison of 3D CRT versus IMRT, we can say the 3D CRT and IMRT. At a glance, this 3D CRT is our triangle and IMRT is our square. If we consider all other parameters, we can also evaluate our plan which one is better, or which one by adding different plan. And although our plan evaluation, we should also take into account for OARs, organic volume, and RTOG, and different authority are published different Radiotherapy Oncology, quantity, Quantec and IMAMI et al. Quantitative analysis of normal tissue effect in the clinic. All they provide a different OAR value and their tolerance level. We can easily download it, and also every clinician can actually know. And result as a result of OAR, the parotid gland is planned for and mandible. We can see here the mean parotid dose for IMRT case is 23, which is our mean parotid dose should be less than 26. And we are seeing the 3D CRT more of the cases is higher. So we can, based on the OAR seeing a value, we can say that IMRT is also here good. And now this time I have to go hurry because we have a time limit in the Zoom also. So now we're going to biological plan evaluation, and after seeing some slide, I will do one practical example how to evaluate. So there are different biological evaluation algorithm are available. Let's suppose this is one is Poisson statistics, TCB model for that. Another is biological evaluation of Kusser and Burman model. This is normally used for NTCB calculation. We have actually in one university different student we have give some topic, and we also do them some Excel sheet and other thing. And today's another one is UED based NTCB and TCB model. This is formula easy. Formula easy here. All formula we have. So and in my today's presentation, I will do some in Matlab program which is available in the internet based on UD based. I will show you later slides the calculation parameter which are used for UD based calculation. TD50. TD is the tolerance dose, and now the TD50 is the dose of organ reference volume which could lead to completion of probability at 50%. In the same case, gamma 50 refers to the gamma value at 50% level. And A is the tissue specific parameter. So all the values mostly are analyzed and sourced in different published paper. And A is very usually larger positive value for normally normal tissue, and for tumor control is A is very high number. And alpha beta ratio, actually we all know the dose at which the linear and quadratic component are equal. For tumor is higher, and normal tissue will also 3 or 4 normally we say normal, and for tumor we have used more than 8. Sometimes it's normally used 10. So parameter used in TCB calculation, all the paper I have taken from the published paper. Here also the you saw the numerical Blimen-Kumo model, and the A value and gamma value also TC50 for biological evaluation of this plan. And I can say I will say I will use head and neck cases. So for head and neck case, I will evaluate how to calculate TCP and NTCP in Matlab using this formula. So I will share. I will share. Just you can see. calculation mapping and practical. This is a free program of calculating UD-based and TCP in external beam radiotherapy by Andres Numerico, which I have given here a link. Everybody can download this paper, and also you can download this Matlab program. So before start, this is actually end of my presentation, but within short 1 or 2-3 minutes, I will show you one Matlab program and do the practical some example. Here you can say I will use this value, this value for target coverage. For target coverage, I will use this value and normal tissue compression zone. As for example, parotid and also PSA. So now I can stop my current slide and go another slide for, and I all you are muted. So let me allow to. Yes, I have come here in a Matlab program. Everybody see the Matlab program?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I can say my just a minute. I have already completed either to complete it is okay at a glance. This is this I have taken two parameter is internal. I am not seeing my Jobairul, can you say a value? 0.5 and it's the gamma 50 is normally 4 and
So maybe it's not.
enter the
Yes.
TT50 for 46 and that load is 2 and enter can you say the alpha beta ratio is 3. So by this way you can see actually I will do it from the beginning. See clear all CLC. Okay, so from the Matlab program, I will calculate first TCP. Very easy program. I will. This is my for nasopharyngeal case. This is my PTB. This is rename. Not that's my time to buy. Can you say the time?
Sir, already your time is finished. Please finish your
Just a
presentation
minute.
within 2 minutes.
Okay, just a minute. I am taking the nasopharyngeal. Except this is actually exported from the plan. Every physicist know how to export the DVHS plan, and we can adapt in Excel, and we have Excel in Excel plan. This is our PTB, and this is loaded, and we can command, and we can convert it as a matrix dimension, and then we can call the function. Let's call the function. So now different interactive value I need to enter the number of treatment fraction. Normally we use the 35 fraction, and the DVS was our percentage or absolute. We use absolute, and our fraction was centigrade, those 2, and we load our PTB. So our target coverage is 1, and enter the value of parameter A. For a value of parameter, normally target is minus 30. I already know for 13 minus 13 I show in presentation. Enter the value of parameter gamma 50 recommended true if no unknown. So here I can use 3 or 2. Okay, and enter the TCD 54. Just a minute, I need to go my presentation. This is TCD 51.7. Sorry.
Right, gentle remind to you, your time is finished. Please. Hello.
Hello. This is actually by this way you can calculate our the time. This is very easy program by which we can calculate our TCP and NTCP, TCP and NTCP. That's all. Hello.
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 Can you share again? Just a minute. Share my Matlab 51.77. This data is too gray, and it the tumor alphabet ratio is 10 here. So you can see the equivalent uniform dose is 70 gray because our plan was 70 gray. Everyone is seeing?
Yes.
70 gray.
Sir, our time limitation is already finished after 6 minutes. So I think now it's time to take questions from participants.
Okay. Just 1 minute, just 3 seconds. You can say at the end you can equivalent input to 70 gray. So our target prescribed dose of 70 degrees, so equivalent input is 70 point something. And tumor control probability should be, I said that more than 95%. He has 92. Some value should be I think long event. So actually this is a nice tool. We can use this Matlab program to evaluate biologically to calculate TCP and NTCP. This is tumor control probability. This is TCP, and at the same interactive way, we can also calculate our NTCP, which is a very nice tool. So that's all. So we can take some question already. Maybe some
Yes.
I did not actually say that all the questions should be in chat room, but any question maybe not. So we can give some answer or question answer session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. Now
You can stop on my share desktop, and now we can okay.
and now we have 2 questions from participants. One of from Mr. Kamanji, and now we know that IMRT optimistic procedure are a bit different from 3D CRT. What do you think would be the effect on the final dose distribution?
Yes, this should be as we know that in IMRT we have chance to intensity modulation during radiation delivery by the MLC. So we have freedom to deliver the dose in our manner, in our fashion. But in 3D CRT, in forward technique, normally planning, we have we didn't have this freedom. So in that cases, the IMRT normally for delivering or calculating procedure is different. So, and for that reason, IMRT is taken more thinking and more time to give the optimization, and also after doing the IMRT before treatment delivery, the verification process, going to the verification process, which in cases are not normally not needed. Actually, maybe another question.
Another question from Captain MD Khairul Islam, please.
Okay. He's already throw, or he will.
No,
He
no,
will
throw is not in chat box, please. Mr. Khairson, are you hearing?
unmute all. Unmute all. Actually, we have limitation in Zoom. In 3, we can already use only 40 minutes. That's why.
Okay, everybody coming.
I just want to make a comments.
Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Yeah, we are hearing you. Just saying, no problem.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President, for your nice presentation. There are a lot of information that is really we need in practical when we do the planning or evaluate any plan, or maybe if we go to execute the plan, we need to know all those things. But regarding the result parts, there is a huge results, and you have provided the results as a numerical form. So I just want to make a comments with that. That if you could do some graphs, then I think it will be easily understandable. Because if you put so many numerical values, it's really difficult to understand what kind of results we are going to show. That is my comments actually.
In that case, I can say this is I have taken 5 patient holding for this presentation only. For target coverage, conformity index, or other things, you have 5 patient and make it average. In below line or highlighted line, actually the result. So if we consider on those 2 values, when I showing the presentation, I say when those 2 values for IMRT, the mean value of IMRT and the mean value of 3D CRT for all cases, we can say this is good. It should be better. It's nice that if we do, when we do the presentation or we do the publication of other things, that should be nice. You are saying that we should be in different graph and different other things is better.
Sir, another question
Okay.
from Suresh Bauder. How important is to do biological evaluation rather than relying on only physical parameters?
Yes, normally in physical parameter we taken some volume, but when we do some biological, the tissue, you know that the different TCP and TCP model, they accommodate in different repopulation agent. So as you know that when we deliver the radiation, this also tissue also repopulate, try to survive again. So all the things are taken into account of this biological model actually. So biological model we can say exact dose patient is getting, and also what our target is assuming or not. And for physical parameters, some will take some target coverage. So this is physical related. That's our target is getting more dose or not. But in biological sense, we can say that our a lot of things are as like as a value. This is tissue specific parameter. This is case to case vary. That's when skin is different, and spinal cord and other organs, and also target value is different. So this is exactly tissue specific. So biological actually deal in this region. So biological very important.
Thank you. I would like to thank our speakers and president of BMPS. Last but not least, I thanks to all participants for showing their interest in these programs. I once again thanks everyone for making this program successful. Wishing a happy International Medical Physics Week. And today's our program will be conducted 9 p.m. at Bangladesh Standard Time. Our first speaker will be Mr. Mustafizur Rahman, and another program will be conducted at 9:40. The speaker is Mr. A.M. Masood Rana.
Okay, thank you again. Maybe this is the take-home message is that whatever we learn from it here, we can execute our clinic and try to publish paper.
Another message from our Professor Ghulam Abu Zakaria. Just I read. Thank you BMPS for organizing the excellent. I hope that we will have more participants in the future talks. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now 34% already.
Now
thank you everyone.
34. The highest participants today is 41.
Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.